Darren in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome to Ballinger Park on the Sunshine Coast for this round 12 NPLW clash between the Sunshine Coast Wanderers and Mudgeeraba. This is, of course, the first time this season we've seen the Wanderers in action. Looking forward to seeing what type of show that they can put on for us today. I have to say the facilities here are first rate. The clubhouse is massive. It's a wonderful facility and the club should be very proud. This is, of course, the first match between these two teams. So a little bit of history being created today. Let's quickly run through the team sheets. For the Wanderers, in goals, Celeste Peterson. Number 2, Hayley Hunter. Number 3, Cassandra Booman. Number 4, Kira Burgess. Number 5, Natalie Russell. Number 9 is worn by Samara Christmas. Number 10 is Chloe Isbell. 13, Taylor Lee. 14, Kira Guy. 17, Martha Benstead. And 18, Chelsea Scarf. On the bench, Amy Scott, Maisie Berry, and Rupu Yang. For Mudgeeraba, in goals, Jade Taylor. Number 2, Jodie Prince. Number 3, Ali Rennie. Number 4, Melissa Horwood. Number 5, Tara Heggie. Number 6, Megan Ray. Number 7 is worn by Cherie Thompson. Number 9, Sarah Skinner. Number 10, Anna Suzumi. Number 11, Christelle Harrison. And number 15, Amelia Redgrave Brandt. Just one player on the bench today for Mudgeeraba, and that's Lucy Rowell.
Number 1, Celeste Peterson. 3, Cassie Bowman. 14, Kira Guy. 2,
So I'm Darren Lutton with you this afternoon.
13, Taylor Lee.
Made the short trip up
17, Martha Benstead.
after covering the NPL match last night between Redlands
5,
and Western Pride.
18,
First time I've seen Western Pride in quite a while, and wow, the improvement in that side is phenomenal. They are a well-drilled unit now. They're currently firing on all cylinders. If you do get the opportunity to see the Western Pride in action,
number 12,
do head out to a game.
Best of luck to both teams.
But today it's all about the NPLW. Our referees for today is Taylor Schofield. The assistants is Bassem Fakhreddin and Finn Pearson. It's a tasty warm afternoon here. I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to take a drinks break after 20 minutes. It's really warm. There are a few clouds about. Wouldn't be surprised if we do get wet at some point this afternoon also. So it could be very interesting. All in readiness for a start, and we're underway. Mudgeeraba Soccer Club are wearing the white kit with the black trims. The Sunshine Coast Wanderers and the yellow with the black trim. So I'm expecting a real shootout today. Both these teams have conceded quite a few goals during the season. But up front, they've got goal scorers. Here's one of them, and Chloe Isbell. Put down, plays allowed to continue. Ball bobbled a little bit there for Martha Benstead, and that shot goes a little bit high, a little bit wide. So yes, 2 players to look out for today. Samara Christmas for the Wanderers. And Sarah Skinner for Mudgeeraba. Samara scored about 90 goals in the local league here last season. She then took part in the futsal competition, statewide futsal competition. She got the golden boot for that as well. She was in the NPLW a couple of years ago. She did extremely well there. In fact, opposition coach David Thompson was telling me how impressed he was with her. in that season that she played. So she's certainly one to look out for today. And Sarah Skinner, that's her on the ball now. She's new to this competition. And has been a goal scorer, but not totally prolific. But she's off to a cracking start this season. 8 goals already. And the side that don't score too many, good goals are rare as hen's teeth. That's Benstead on the ball. Samara Christmas. Good link up there with Chloe Isbell. Defence is getting nice and tight. Cleared away by Melissa Horwood. Going to have a couple of special guests with me in commentary this afternoon, so thankfully you won't have to put up with just my voice for 90 minutes. More on that a little bit later. Ball across the face of goal. Jade Taylor's come out a long way. Fortunately, she was able to see the ball out of play. If you're hearing plenty of noise in the background, it's because I'm standing, well, we're situated right next to the both sides benches today. And the voice that you can hear now is the Geordie accent of the Wanderers coach Jim Taylor. Sorry, Jim Slater. So good start here for the Wanderers. Had the majority of possession so far. There's Suzumi with a lovely through ball for Skinner. Skinner, can she get around Peterson? No, she can't. Peterson with a vital interception. Still there for Mudgeeraba. Suzumi. Going out wide for Redgrave Brandt. It's Les Peterson, who is, of course, part of that amazing team last season at Peninsula Power. It swept all before them. She's made the move up north to join the Wanderers. Looking for Christmas, is unable to find her. Prince goes out wide to Ray. Greg Brandt loses out. Wanderers are able to alleviate the danger. Although the pitch is in pretty good nick, it is showing signs already of the groundspeople at this ground have certainly got their work cut out to ensure that this facility maintains its standard as the season progresses. So 0-0 in the 10th minute of this game. Both sides have had a couple of half chances. Wanderers have probably had the best chance of the game so far. Turnover here for Mudgeeraba. This is Skinner. Skinner, will she look to shoot? No, but she earns a free kick. Instead getting a big foot across. Infringing. This is pretty similar to the goal, to the position where Sarah scored her goal a fortnight ago against Moreton Bay. All looks to be a little bit better placed this time. Cross comes in, and Mudgeeraba have opened the scoring. And it's Suzumi with the goal. And the visitors take a 1-goal lead. The ball was just lobbed up. Suzumi's not the tallest player. She just happened to be in the right place, headed the ball home. Disappointment there for the Wanderers. I do expect there to be plenty of goals this afternoon. So of course, thank you for tuning in wherever in the world you may be. You're of course watching this game via either Facebook Live or YouTube. If you're watching via Facebook Live, give us a comment. Let us know where you're watching the game from. We'll give the most exotic locations a shout out in the second half. If you're watching this game on a mobile device and you're finding the comments a little bit annoying, all you need to do is swipe right. That will remove them. Swiping left brings the comments back into play, so you can go in and out with the comments. I'm sure you all know this by now. Through ball there from Christmas to Isbell. Isbell with a little bit of space. She lines up the shot. Straight at Taylor though.
Well done, Chloe. Keep working, Chelsea.
Suzumi the goal scorer. Ray's muscled off the ball. Wanderers with possession now.
Chloe, get
The
past.
side that converts the best will probably come away with the 3 points this afternoon.
Chloe, go. Back post, Charles.
Everybody else got it on top.
Zumi, infield for Prince. Out for Skinner. Skinner with just one to beat. Will she take on the shot? Of course she will. The shot goes over the bar. So I mentioned I've got a couple of special guests this afternoon. But the first one with me now, his name is Kevin Alderdice. Now, if anyone is familiar with football on the Sunshine Coast, they should certainly know who this man is. Kevin Alderdice has been calling games. If there's a game on the Sunshine Coast, Kevin is normally there calling it. Welcome, Kevin. How are you this afternoon?
Good, thanks, Darren. Good to be here.
You called the game prior to this one. Did you call the one prior to that? And did you call the Aldi Mini Roos game at 6 o'clock this morning?
No, I usually don't get up before 6 now. I'm retired.
Tell me, Kev, how did you get started? It was about 3 years ago with Caboolture, is that right?
This is my 4th season, yeah. I started, I just went to Dwayne Sayers, the president, and said, I'd like to have a go at calling these games. And he said, okay. And I was absolutely horrible, of course, first up. And I just got less horrible as I went. And I've just kept going, and I came back to the Sunny Coast, which is a great league, and yeah. And I just keep doing it, do it for as long as I can.
You've described that perfectly there, Kev. The games just feel less and less horrible as they go, don't they?
They do. I never listen to myself. I'm sure you don't either.
No, it's too cringeworthy. Suzumi with the long range attempt. Peterson got her body positioning spot on, enough to make the save. Now, Kev, you were involved with Ipswich Knights when you in your younger days?
Yeah, I spent 11 years as a supporter there. I didn't call there, but I wrote thousands of blogs.
Fantastic support, and then you retired up there.
Yeah, to Beachmere, yeah.
Yep. And then you got involved with the Caboolture Club, who then made the move to the Brisbane competition, and that's when things kicked off, right?
That's what it was time to I've done enough for Brisbane, so I like Brisbane League, but it's just it was time. I wanted to come back to the Sunny Coast because I really enjoy it up here.
Tell us a bit about the leagues.
The Sunshine Coast League, they have 10 teams in their men's Premier League, of which, of course, Woombye Snakes is the best club of the lot. Sorry, guys. And it's a good competitive league, and we lost a few players, obviously, to the Wanderers, and same with the ladies' competition. We lost quite a few to the Wanderers, to the Wanderettes, but it's still a very competitive league. And I wouldn't want to try and pick a winner this year. They go right through. Obviously, have Premier Reserves, and they have Div 3, Div 4, 2 divisions. So it's pretty strong.
Good opportunity there for Samara Christmas that just went begging. First touch let her down, unfortunately. Suzumi there with another touch that left a little bit more to be desired. Free kick here for the Wanderers. So, Kev, tell us a little bit about this Wanderers team. This is the first time that I've seen them this season.
Okay, they're a lot of the girls are from the Mudgeeraba Orange team last year. They were the team that they ended up winning the premiership, and they won the grand final. And they also, if you probably remember, they made the final of the Elan Watson Cup. They swept all before them last year. There's a few girls that have come back here, like that played for the Fire originally, and of course the Fire don't have NPLW women at the moment, so they were sort of displaced, and they've come here. And of course it's a learning curve, because the difference between the strongest women's comp in Queensland compared to the Sunshine Coast Women's Premier League is pretty steep. But the girls are sticking together, and they're working hard. Samara Christmas got a stack of goals last year that's good work, in the Premier League, but they're they're all good girls, and Jimmy's a top coach. Yeah, and I haven't, with the way our under-17s are going, I think, you know, it's looking good for the future of women's football here for the Wanderers.
You mentioned the Elaine Watson Cup there last season, in which they took on Peninsula Power in the final. I understand that they played a game the night before.
They did. They played Woombye, the Snakeettes, in the major semi-final. And to the Snakeettes' credit, they took them to penalties. We did lose a penalty shot. With Snakehead, we did lose a penalty shootout, and the girls were, obviously the Wanderettes were out on their feet a bit when it came to that game as well, but the game's just backed up so much that they really had no choice.
I understand it was the last 20 minutes that Peninsula Power really got on top of them.
Their legs were jelly.
I would expect so. That ball runs out of play. So I have to say, when I did my pre-season predictions, I expected the Wanderers to be a little bit higher placed than they are at the moment. What's your read on how they're going?
My read is that it's a work in progress, and they're learning all the time, but there's still a lot to learn. I think the difference is time, not time as far as learning goes, but time on the ball. You can't take that extra touch in the NWPL where you can in the Sunshine Coast Premier League, and they're sort of learning that.
Right.
And it'll only come through playing the top teams in Queensland. So yeah, I'm certainly not disappointed in how they're playing.
Have you noticed them adapting to this?
Yes, I have. I think you find that just their ball movement and even in their defence, they're certainly improving.
A bit of a questionable throw in there, where both teams were arguing that the throw was for Mudgeeraba. It's not often that you see that, is it?
No, not really. But women's football's a bit different to men's.
Far more honest than the men's game. And that goal kick goes straight to Skinner. The shot goes wide. Golden opportunity wasted there from Mudgeeraba. Unexpected error there from Peterson. 22nd minute of this game. It's 1-0 to the visitors. So Kevin, you've called one game, two games already today?
I've just done one, but I've actually got just one all weekend, because Caloundra, they have FFA Cup coming up against the Fire on the weekend, so they've asked to have their game deferred against Woombye, so I would normally be heading out to the Snake Pit to do two games there, but this is a quiet weekend, but I think I'll be back in full swing next week. I think I've got a game on Tuesday night, FFA Cup, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday and 4 on Sunday.
Insane. Absolutely insane. You must run out of things to say.
Oh no, I talk like off my own pot. Give me a mic, give me a headset, and I'm away. Yes, because the Wanderers men are here. The Wanderers men are here taking on Peninsula Power, which would be an absolute belter.
Excellent.
In the 16s, 18s, 20s, and of course senior men. So I want to be here for that. That's a Sunday, because I obviously if it's a Saturday, I'm doing the Premier League for Woombye.
Hunter with a decision to make here. She goes infield for Guy, gets the return ball. Isbell with a nice turn. Good link-up play here from the Wanderers. This is nice build-up. Breaks down a little bit with the ball to Russell.
Let's get him go
A promising piece of play, Peters out. What have you made of Mudgeeraba so far, Kevin?
They've been they've been the improvers. If you remember, I think you did the game where they first played the Gap, and it wasn't pretty, but I think they've certainly I think they have been probably the biggest improvers in the league. You know, they might have picked up a couple of players, but they're certainly adapting to the new league, because they're like us, all mostly local girls running around.
Definitely.
But,
There's no imports.
No, I think they're, for the first year, I think like the Wanderettes, they're going quite well.
It's that first match they really didn't know what hit them. They were a rabbit in the headlights in that game. But we saw during against Moreton Bay a couple of weeks ago that although they got we just hold up here as the shot comes in from Heggie. Didn't quite pull the trigger. Strong touch went through for Peterson. Yes, we find now that the Wallabies, they've got an identity, they've got a style of play, and they're going to stick to it. And we'll just find that as the season progresses and over the years, they'll just get better and better and better at playing the Mudgeeraba way.
It's all about sticking to it.
Speaking of the Mudgeeraba way, what's the Sunshine Coast Wanderers way?
It's all about trying to play a possession game, and it's about improving your skills as a team and as a group. Occasionally they'll change it up and go long, but usually Jim likes them to play up from the back and knock the ball around to try and keep possession. And but like a lot of teams, you get teams like South and these sorts of teams. They've got the gun striker up front, and at this stage we've got some good players, but we haven't got that cutting edge at the end and up the sharp end. And I think that's probably a major difference.
Another good opportunity there for Christmas, which went wide. So 26 minutes into this game, it's 1-0 to the visitors.
Stay there, Nat. Stay there. You ready, Nat?
So Kevin, I understand you also do podcasts during the week.
Yeah.
And you nab a few interviews with a few players and coaches.
Yeah, and that's why everyone thinks this is really, really funny, because I'm on the other end. Jim Slater will be one of them who thinks this is funny. Yeah.
Jim's a bit busy at the moment.
I know, but don't worry. He'll let me know later on, I'm sure of it. But it's good of you to have me come and good to chat with you anyway, Darren.
Yes, well, just before you do go, I understand that that some of the Brisbane clubs have rewarded you recently and named a trophy after you even.
Yeah, I look after 3 Brisbane clubs. I look after Clairvaux, because I'm good friends with the Mappery brothers, and and Steve Forsyth at Sanford. They both play in the same division, and they're both aware of what I do for the other, and they decided to play for a trophy in my name, which is embarrassing but really cool at the same time.
I understand they had a big weekend out at Sanford.
They did. I thought I'd just present the trophy and leave. There's a bit more to it than that.
What did they do?
Oh, they had introduced all the players, even though I know them all. And it was really good. I tossed the coin. It was a really well done. They said, we don't want you to broadcast. He said, we just want you to enjoy the day. And it was a nice feed down there at Sanford too, I'm telling you.
And did you enjoy the day without making a call?
Yeah, it was good. Because it was a neutral game for me. Because they said, who's going to win? I said, I don't have an opinion.
Get past the stump.
But
another chance here for the Wanderers.
Come on.
Sorry. Christmas with the shot.
Sorry.
Getting a little bit parochial there.
No, never.
Just before you go, Kev, tell us a little bit about where people can find your podcasts and find your coverage of the local games.
Well, you can. I do run a page for the league called Talking on Sunshine. I know it's a bit sad, but anyway, that's what I come up with. And Radio WFC is Wombis, and Wander Radio is for the Sunshine Coast Wanderers and Wanderettes. So that's where you can find me on Facebook if you're looking for me. As I said, I'm surprised how well it's gone. I've clicked out for a one-man band. I've clicked over 47,000 plays, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Fantastic, Kevin. And I've yet to hear anyone say a bad word about you, so everyone is just amazed at the contribution and the dedication that you have to the local game. So from everyone at Football Queensland, congratulations, and keep doing the great work that you do.
Thanks very much, mate. Great to be here. See you later.
Good on you, Kevin. That was Kevin Alderdice with a rare weekend off.
Chloe, that's great work.
Just waiting for a second ball to come back into play. So been some good pass while we were having that little chat. Good passages of play for both teams. Some good opportunities. Still just the one goal. That's by Anna Suzumi after 11 minutes. From a set piece.
Put her on the sub. Put her on there. Get ready, Chels.
A bit of a miscommunication there between the players. Allows the ball to run out of play.
Go, Chels.
Space opens up. Great save there from Taylor. Some good work there from Chelsea Scarf.
Oh, lucky Chels. Great work, Chels.
Fantastic atmosphere here this afternoon. The game prior, this place was absolutely packed. It does seem to have tailed off with all the parents and players from the previous round bidding adieu for the afternoon. So it's just the hardcore supporters of the left now.
Taylor's come across.
Free kick here for the Wanderers. Throwing a few players forward. They see this as a good opportunity. Certainly a few height advantages with some of the players. Delivery's poor though. And Taylor's able to tidy up. So it was great to talk to Kevin Alderdice there. He's calls a phenomenal amount of games.
Oh, Wanderers, heads up, let's keep going, come on!
He did a count recently where it was about 250 in a season. When you consider there's in the NPLW this season, the Football Queensland competition, there's 26 rounds. He's certainly very active in retirement. Suzumi sneaks the ball out for Heggie.
Put her on the mat, put her on there. Keep running.
Suzumi again.
Great win, and again.
The bicycle kick. Straight into Cassandra Booman.
Superb stuff, Cass. Let's pick this up, girls. Keep
Free
going.
kick now for the Wanderers. Goes long, perhaps a little bit too long.
Oh, lucky Cass. Next time, angle pass.
Taylor tidies up.
Great pass, but it's the angle.
And the Wanderers will have possession. This is Guy. Going back for Peterson.
Back, kids.
Skinner latches onto a loose ball. Suzumi back for Skinner. Offside flag goes up. Again, another poor touch from Celeste Peterson. That's twice she's given the ball away in very dangerous positions. He's hobbling there. Was hobbling there for a moment, but I think it's more mental anguish rather than anything physical. Christmas, nice touch, gets around Thompson, ball out in front for Russell to charge onto. Ball runs off down the hill though, and Horwood sees the ball out of play. So just over 10 minutes to go in this first half. Ballinger Park, Butterham. So the Sunshine Coast Wanderers 0. Mudgeeraba Soccer Club 1. And a pretty even contest with chances at both ends. Delivery there from Thompson, left a little bit to be desired. Guy elects to go back to Peterson. Another turnover from Peterson's delivery. She had other options available to her. Free kick to the Wanderers. A little bit too physical in that contest. So we will be bringing you one more live stream match this weekend. It's from the FQPL at 3 p.m. tomorrow. The Ipswich Knights up against Wolves FC. Rafe Griffin will be in the chair with you. He might even be standing up. That's 3 p.m. tomorrow at Eric Evans Oval. Through ball evades 3 players. Hunter will with the throw. There's still plenty of pepper in this sunlight this afternoon. Very warm conditions. Breeze is starting to pick up a bit more now. It's actually blowing from where you're watching. It's blowing from behind you. So from right to left for the Wanderers. Mudgeeraba earning the throw.
Oh, that's great work in there.
Mudgeeraba with the chance to settle. Looking to go quickly. Zuni missed with the cutout, but Heggy's able to secure possession. Finding a lot of these passes just running on a little bit heavy for the players. Although the pitch is quite soft, seeing a lot of balls, just a little bit too much weight on them. Problem for Taylor. Goes quickly trying to find Skinner. She's on the ball now. Back in field for Prince. Skinner gets the return. First touch brings it back into the defence, but she gets the shot away anyway. Peterson was motionless as that shot came in. All she had to do was keep it on target. Wallabies could be celebrating a second goal. Just over 5 minutes left in this half. Wanderers will be looking to get themselves on the scoreboard before half time. Certainly had enough chances. Good passage of play here for the Wallabies. Ray. A long-range attempts in this game so far. Most of them lacking any real venom to cause the goalkeepers any problems. Just goes straight down the middle for Christmas. Here's Bell. Here's Christmas again. Here's a good opportunity here for the Wanderers. Samara Christmas has shot straight at Taylor. And again with the follow-up. Samara Christmas just hasn't quite got her shooting boots on yet this afternoon. The chance there for the Wanderers goes begging. Here they come again. Burgess. Russell latches onto the loose ball. Get another chance. Back for Lee. Nameless ball forward. Here's Bell. Some good defensive work there from Harrison. Good win there from Russell. Russell with some options. Sneaks the cross past Taylor. Wanderers just couldn't quite get in position. Some good signs here for the Wanderers. Range attempt. Deflected. Burgess goes back to Booman. Sandra Booman was of course with the Sunshine Coast Fire last season. She played in that team with two of her sisters. She's just the sole remaining player in this year's team. Remaining Booman sister anyway. Wanderers a little bit sharper around the contests at the moment. Here's Bell. Christmas. Well, certainly improved defensive work by Mudgeeraba. In the other games we saw this season, they wouldn't have defended as well as they have today. David Thompson's done an amazing job getting this side up to speed. Thompson, of course, coached Gold Coast City, the NPLW last season. kick given away by Scarf.
Pick it up. We're not winning in there.
So in the last minute of the first half. Skinner finds Suzumi. Again looking for Prince. Blocked by Peterson. Skinner's miscue. And straight to Peterson. It looks to go quickly. Perhaps one last flourish before the half-time break. Haven't been any injuries of note, so I don't expect there to be much injury time, if any.
Come on, girls, quickly. Send Chloe. Chloe, go lane.
And there it is. It's half-time. At Ballinger Park, Butterham. It's been a real shootout between both these teams. Plenty of chances created. Still a little bit more work to do with the finishing. But at the half-time break, it's the visitors, Mudgeeraba Soccer Club 1, Sunshine Coast Wanderers 0. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
Fantastic program for kids to come and see if they like football, also learn new skills, come out to the park, enjoy it, meet new friends as well.
I recommend to all parents, both for the girls and the boys, to join soccer. It's a way to boost their self-confidence and also to interact with other kids, and they love every second of it.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
I could watch them all day. Even though here, you don't feel like you need to. These are the moments I'll remember. You see, to me, it's not so much just having us all together, but finding a place that really brings us together. That's what makes Oaks Oasis special. When you only get a few chances, it's important to make them count. After all, memories don't make themselves.
We did great today.
fantastic program for kids to come in, see if they like football, also learn new skills, come out to the park, enjoy it, meet new friends as well.
I recommend to all parents, both for the girls and boys, to join soccer. It's a way to boost their self-confidence and also to interact with other kids, and they love every second of it.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
I could watch them all day. Even though here, you don't feel like you need to. These are the moments I'll remember. You see, to me, it's not so much just having us all together, but
Welcome back to Ballinger Park for this round 12 NPLW fixture between the Sunshine Coast Wanderers and Mudgeeraba Soccer Club. It's currently 1-0 to the visitors. The goal in the 11th minute by Enna Suzumi. Free kick was lobbed into the box by Sarah Skinner. Suzumi was in the right place at the right time and headed the ball home. Plenty of chances for both teams in this first half. And given that both teams have very small benches this afternoon, I wouldn't expect too many changes. Wanderers only have 3 players on the bench and the Wallabies just the 1. We've got a bit of cloud cover over the field now. Temperature's really tempered away. So I expect the tempo of this game to pick up just a notch. Because it certainly was warm in the first 20 minutes of the game. Just an issue here with Kira Guy's hearing aid. A moment while she gets that sorted. Kira Guy's second year at USC, studying to be a sports teacher. Kira played for the Fire last season. We're underway in the second half. Sunshine Coast Wanderers, if they can create the same amount of opportunities as they did in the first half, and if their forwards can be a little bit more accurate with their shooting, and they should be able to get right back into this contest. This is of course round 12 of the competition. Last night Moreton Bay took on the Gap, and in a big upset it was the home side, Moreton Bay, that come away 3-2 winners. Goals from Askin, Schaefer and Velvet Sea in the, I believe it was in the 90th minute or at least in injury time. They were able to come back after Tian Petterwood scored a couple of early goals. That's a massive result for the Jets. Something that you very rarely come across, and that's 2 losses on the bounce for the Gap. I know that Coach Rob Askew will be very disappointed, particularly after the loss last week. He mentioned to me, I said that there's a side that's going to comfortably remain in the top 4. He says we don't play for top 4. It's that attitude that's brought so much success to the Gap. Zumi just pushed off the ball. Sandra Berman giving away the foul. Free kick here for Mudgeeraba. Great Brandt losing her footing. Ray's able to tidy up. This is Heggie. Field for Prince. Prince with the chip / cross / shot. straight to Peterson. So I mentioned that both teams are very light on this afternoon with their benches. And I'd expect that both teams would be reasonably happy with how they played. They certainly created plenty of opportunities. Here's another one for the Wanderers. And it's bounced over the top of Taylor. And just like that, Chloe Isbell evens things up for the Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Well, it looked like a nothing shot. It did seem to take a wicked bounce right in front of Taylor. And just like that, it's 1-1. So we mentioned this was going to be a shootout today. I'm expecting this half that goal will really fire up the Wanderers. Just looking at David Thompson at the moment, he's really not quite sure how that goal got scored. Harrison.
Drop off through now. Inside.
Thompson going over the halfway line, finding Suzumi. Almost miscontrolled by Hunter. Tidies up just in time. The offside flag stays down. It's a chance for Scarf. Scarf gets on her right boot. Just wide. That was a great looking shot. Great save from Taylor. I thought perhaps the Wanderers went a little bit early, getting the ball out of their midfield. By putting the ball out in front of Chelsea Scarf. Put the ball onto her right foot. It was certainly going in. Jade Taylor had to be at her best. It's a corner now for the Wanderers. Punched away. Looks like the ball might have been out of play before coming back in. Referee Schofield having a laugh with some of the players. This match has been played in a good spirit this afternoon. Rare moments in the first half where both teams were appealing against an assistant throw-in decision. Russell's cross, not cleared by Mudgeeraba. So a few nervous moments here from Mudgeeraba. Putting themselves under a little bit of pressure. So the Wanderers deep into attack. Throw in here for Mudgeeraba. Cut out by Hunter. Cleared into the centre of the field. Burgess and Prince with the contest. Prince wins that battle. Booman goes up the line. No wonder his players there. Ball still in play. No, has been flagged out. It was Isbell going for a run. So a few untidy moments by both teams in this second half. Just waiting for this game to settle back down again. Christmas and Burgess with the 1-2. Burgess loses out. This is Heggie. Tara Heggie. He's got numbers in the middle. Skinner with a late run. Gets a shot away. Sarah Skinner, she just looks so dangerous whenever she gets in front of goal. So impressive for this Mudgeeraba team. Ball's out of play. Samara Christmas. Back in field for Isbell. Plenty of Mudgeeraba players there though. Heggie looking to go for another run. She's calling for support. Looks to go back in field. Ball's cut out expertly by Burgess. Bit of a scattergun game at the moment. This is Isbell finding Christmas, a little bit of space. Christmas looking to create. And Heggie again, coming downfield. Finds Suzumi. Her touch, cut out by Guy. Benstead coming out wide for Scarf. Scarf gets around Ray. Lovely crossfield ball, almost finding Russell. That ball runs out of play. All right, I've got the second of my guests here this afternoon. We've got the president of the the Butterham Wanderers, not the Sunshine Coast Wanderers. I've got Ian Marks with me. Ian, welcome to our coverage this afternoon.
Thank you.
Now tell us, the Sunshine Coast Wanderers have been the big winners in the issuing of the new licences to this competition. You were successful in both the men's and women's.
Yep.
You were integral in that process.
Yeah, we got the bid process going in January of last season. We initially applied for the QPL and the SAP licences, and then a little later on the WNPL as well. And as you say, we've been very successful in gaining licences in all forms of the game.
What was the inspiration for deciding to bid?
The inspiration was, well, number one, there was the opportunity there to actually apply and to provide a pathway for players here on the Sunshine Coast, men and women. Our women in particular, we've actually put a hell of a lot of effort into promoting women's football here on the coast, and and we're here now playing the WNPL, which is very exciting and doing well.
You certainly are. The appointment of coaches, the getting everything together, was it a difficult proposition? Did you have plenty of grassroots support?
The one big thing that we actually pushed right from the start was this wasn't just Budrum Wanderers, it was Sunshine Coast Wanderers. We try to encapsulate all of the local football clubs. The team we're watching here, the WNPL, is made up of Budrum and Maroochydore and Mumbai, Kawana and Caloundra girls. The same with our QPL. So the recruiting of the players have been all homegrown. They all come here from the coast. Now our men's senior team, Matt Chandler's got who's our senior coach for the men, has got a policy of promoting from the coast itself. So we've had a hell of a lot of support from a lot of the other clubs, which has been absolutely brilliant. And it's the reason why we're called the Sunshine Coast, not Budrum.
Fantastic. What about corporate support?
Corporate support has come along slowly. Sunshine Mitre 10 have been our biggest supporters to date, and they're very much valued sponsors for our men and women. As the game, as the season has got on, though, we've had more corporate support coming on board, and it's going to grow. It's only in its infancy. It's the first year in. The one thing we do have is we've got a very big catchment area here on the Sunshine Coast from Caloundra right up to Noosa and into the hinterland, so there's plenty of local businesses that are wanting to support us. So we're getting there. It's step by step, though. Always need more.
Of course. Now, I understand that you're the president of the Budrum Wanderers.
Yep.
There's another committee in charge of the Sunshine Coast Wanderers.
We set up a board to look after the Sunshine Coast Wanderers because they report to a different entity. Budrum Wanderers are part of the Sunshine Coast Football Federation. Sunshine Coast Wanderers report to Football Queensland. To run the two sides of the actual club out of one board was just not going to be workable. Because there's too much that goes into it. So we set up a separate board which has got representation from a number of different clubs here on the coast, and it's working very well. The guys are working very hard. I've been a big part of that, and now I've just stepped aside to look after Budrum, but I'm still here watching these girls all the time too. So.
Have you set targets for this season?
The targets were more to just do the best we can. I mean, like our QPL target was to try and gain promotion to the NPL first year in. We're sitting currently in second place, and looks like we're going to give it a good shake as far as promotion's concerned. But it was to more establish the club. First year in, get the grassroots, planted, get more corporate support, like you said earlier on. That was more our objective than anything else. It's a big learning curve for a lot of these girls playing at this level, look, they're only going to get better, and it's just to be competitive more than anything else. And but we're getting there.
Double substitution there for the Wanderers. Kira Burgess and Chelsea Scarf coming off, and Amy Scott and Maisie Berry coming on the field. Kira Guy working the ball out of defence. And she is on the ball now, Amy Scott. Ball runs out of play. So you've set those targets, but are you happy with how things are progressing so far?
Yeah, look, we're very happy with how things are progressing. If you look at the WNPL side of things, the 13s, the 15s and the 17s have been very successful. Our senior team have had a bit of a baptism of fire. We played a couple of the top of the table teams at the start of the year, and so a lot of these girls are still learning. We've got a very young WNPL side here. We don't have any imports. We're trying to promote from within the coast itself. So yeah, we'd like to have a little bit more success, but look, the girls are out there doing their best they possibly can. They're having a good day here so far. It'd be nice if we can get the win. They do a lot for their confidence.
They're doing okay. They're doing okay in the competition. It's the men's side that's really
the men's
been the surprise.
Yeah, the
men, the FQPL.
The men weren't given much of a chance of actually being sitting in the position they're in at the moment. Look, I'll put a lot down to a very, very experienced and very canny coach, and Matt Chandler. He's been there and done it with Redlands. He knows what's expected to win games at this level. And
opportunity here now for the Wanderers. Good save from Taylor.
Here we go.
Second shot comes in, and we've got the goal. The Sunshine Coast Wanderers go ahead. Amy Scott with the goal, am I correct?
Yes.
Fantastic.
That was a good substitution by the coach.
I normally get them wrong, Ian.
Yeah, well, she's only just got on the pitch too, so it's a timely little substitution there by Jimmy Slater.
It was a great move. Worked out extremely well. So after Mudgeeraba scoring the first goal, now find themselves 2-1 behind. And if we know anything about this team, it's that they'll keep going, keep playing their style of game. They certainly won't give up the contest. Here's another chance. Isbell goes down. Ball scurries through to Taylor. So Ian, I know that you're president of the Wanderers, but you also wear many hats within the club. You coach a couple of teams as well.
Yeah, I'm coaching under 15 girls actually, my daughter's team. So the women's football's got a special little place for me. But I'm also part of the over 35s down here. We old buggers still getting around, kicking a ball, enjoying ourselves. But I've been part of the club here since 2003. So I'm a bit bleed black and orange, or golden black as these girls are. But no, the club's well established, and it's been a champion club here on the Sunshine Coast for the last 5 years. So we must be doing something right.
How many registered players do you have here?
We got 650 in the Budrum side, and another 300 odd here with the Wanderers, with the Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Sorry. So yeah, just under 1,000 registered members.
That's really big numbers. That puts you up with the big Brisbane clubs.
Yeah. So we're the biggest club as far as registered numbers are concerned here on the Sunshine Coast. When we've we compete quite well. We've got a lot of good life members that have been looking after the club since 1972, and so the roots have been set down a long time ago, and we're just taking it forward from there. So.
Corner here for the Wanderers.
Get in there.
Ball sits near post. Still there. Chance for Christmas. Saved by Taylor. Good double save there. So the largest club in the area, the facilities here are fantastic, and this afternoon, prior to this game, this place was absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, we had a lot of junior games here earlier today. That's a typical Saturday. Actually, if anything, this is probably a slower Saturday we've had for a number of weeks. When we have the QPL here as well, because they've got a few more teams in the age groups there, plus the Budrum senior teams and so on. We can have a lot of traffic here, and now we've got to do a lot more work on our facility. We're still improving it, as we always do. And community-run club, it's never easy, because we're always trying to raise funds to improve the place. But we've got some big plans over the next 2 years to, step by step.
I was just going to come to that. With the amount of players that you've got, must put a lot of strain on the fields.
Yes, it's an issue for all clubs, I think, trying to maintain the shape of their main field, and also their training facilities as well. And we're in desperate need of more training facilities. The council at the moment are looking into that for us. We're also in the process of trying to get a few things sorted out with the university over here, which is just on the other side of the Sunshine Coast motorway. It's a constant job trying to get the facility to the level that we would like it to be. And it's going to be a long season.
Golden opportunity missed by Isbell there before. Another shot from Christmas over the top. So you've got what, 3 fields here?
We got 3.5. We've got a field on the other side there that's mainly for under 12s and down, but we have got 3 full-size fields. This main pitch is it's quite a large pitch. It's one of the biggest on the Sunshine Coast. We like the width. Allows better football. Yeah. And
you said you've got a great relationship with the other clubs. Would you consider playing Wanderers games at other grounds?
We already played a round of senior QPL games down at Caloundra only a week or 2 ago when we had too much rain here. This place unfortunately got smashed with the local weather just recently, and the grounds were in unplayable condition. And with the backup of the games, Caloundra have a very sand-based set of grounds down there, and they were kind enough to host our games for QPL against Capalaba last week. Very successful day for us because we won every age group there that day. It's good to see some of the other clubs getting involved as well. Don't get me wrong, we'll be playing most of our Wanderers games from here, but it would be nice to take a few games to the other clubs as well.
Sarah Skinner brought down just outside the box. Another set-piece opportunity here for Mudgeeraba. This is, of course, from a similar position in the first half where they scored their first goal. So we might just sit with this for the moment. Ball chipped into the box. Wanderers are able to clear. Only as far as Harrison. Ball goes straight down to Celeste Peterson. Well, Ian, thank you very much for the chat this afternoon.
My pleasure.
It's been fantastic learning about this club and this area and everything. The facilities are the equal of any other in the league, it has to be said. That club room is sensational. You must have
appreciate it.
Plenty of requests to hold functions in there.
Yeah, we do, and look, we're working on trying to do a bit of an upgrade to it actually at the moment. So because we believe it's getting a little bit old, but no, we do have lovely facilities here, and it's a really lovely setting for football. So.
Well, congratulations on getting the Sunshine Coast Wanderers up and running, and good luck with the rest of the season.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Cheers.
There we go. That was Ian Marks, who was president of the Butterham Wanderers. Who was instrumental in the Sunshine Coast Wanderers being successful in getting teams up in this competition this year. So whilst we were having that chat, there's been a big turnaround in this game. The Sunshine Coast Wanderers are now ahead. They have a free kick. Mudgeeraba playing a high line. Still there for Christmas. She'll line up a shot. Off the bar. It's still in play. And Bedstead with the follow-up. Puts her shot just wide. Well, you couldn't say that this wasn't coming, because in the first half the Wanderers had plenty of chances, but finishing left a lot to be desired. In the second half they seemed to be a lot more accurate, as evidenced by the 2 goals. Another long-range attempt goes wide. So you always know how successful a club is when judging by the amount of car parking spaces there are and how easy it is to get a car park. And today was extremely difficult. Plenty of people here today. And Mark said it was a quiet day. I'd hate to see this place full capacity. Still here for the Wanderers. Christmas! Just wide. Well, she's had plenty of scoring opportunities this afternoon. Has been unable to put any of them away. You expect, though, that more opportunities will come. She will get that chance at redemption. Her head is down at the moment, though. She'll need to pick herself up a little bit. Mudgeeraba have gone very quiet at the moment. The goal kick's been retaken. Samara Christmas actually broke into the area, which she's unable to do. Bit of banter here on the sidelines. Just as this game on the field has been played in good spirits, coaching staff are certainly having a lot of fun off it as well. Suzumi with the crossfield ball. Redgrave Brandt. Opportunities have been limited this afternoon. She does make some very good runs down the right-hand side. Here's Suzumi. She's had a wow of a game this afternoon. She was very quiet up against Moreton Bay. She certainly atoned for that today. Now Mudgeeraba have a corner. Sarah Skinner with the delivery. Ball drops short. Suzumi's able to latch on. Skinner will deliver again. This is a bit better. Plenty of numbers in the box. Miscued shot. It's still there for Mudgeeraba. Another miscued delivery. Ray settles things down for Mudgeeraba. Another ball out for Skinner, who's out on the right-hand side now. Sarah Skinner with the cross. Looks a little bit deep. It is. Goes over the bar. A little break in play here. It's 2-1 to the home team. We fought back after going a goal down. And the balance of play would probably say that they deserve their lead. So this is, of course, the second game of round 12. There is another game that's currently underway. It's the South West Queensland Thunder taking on the Roar NTC at Clive Berghoff Stadium. Fantastic to see that ground available for football again. The Thunder have been playing all their home games at Gatton, which is a pretty good facility. As far as favourite grounds, Clive Berghoff certainly ranks highly. It's a wonderful facility. Free kick here for Mudgeeraba in a very dangerous position. Skinner comes over to take. Just a one-person wall. Big opportunity here for Mudgeeraba. Skinner's delivery. Straight into the box. Berry with the important touch. Gets the ball out, but here's Skinner again. Another good cross. No, too deep. So to finish out this round, 6 o'clock tonight, Eastern Suburbs are taking on South United. That's at Heath Park. Lions FC are taking on Western Pride. Bit of a local derby flavour there. With 2 players down at the moment. Play will continue. Either side would look to put the ball out of play there while they get treatment. But here's another opportunity here for the Wanderers. Scott. Christmas. Goes for the top corner and misses. Well, if you play this game next week and Samara Christmas has the same amount of opportunities, she would have 5 goals to her name. She has just had one of those days. So we mentioned Mitchelton and Capalaba. They're playing at 6 o'clock tonight at Terrelba Park. And on Monday, Gold Coast United are taking on Logan Lightning. That's Cornubia Park. So that is Monday. Next round of this competition that we bring to you, Football Queensland's coverage of the NPLW, will be at Cornubia Park, will be the game. We'll probably be bringing you that game, the game between Logan Lightning and Mitchelton. Looking forward to that. And that'll be our opportunity to finally see all the clubs in action. Mitchelton and Logan, of course, 2 clubs that we've yet to see. Wanderers about to make their final substitution.
Chloe! Brilliant, Chloe. Straight swap.
So Chloe Isbell is the player coming off. She, of course, scored the goal that levelled the contest. And Rui Pu Yang is on the field. So throw in here for the Wanderers. Scott. She's had a real impact since coming on. She, of course, scored the goal that put the Wanderers ahead. She stayed involved in the play. Hunter. Redgrave Brandt using some good body work. It's still there for Hunter. Infield for Christmas. And probably wanted to go with the right foot when she should have gone with the left. Allowed the defence to get in. They were able to break up play. There's a real sense here that the Wanderers are going for the kill. One more goal should be enough for them to see out this contest. Taylor with the juggle. Thought that was comfortably within her reach. She managed to juggle And give Yang the big opportunity. Tidied up just in time. Turnover. This is Heggie. She's worked really hard this afternoon. And that'll be a corner. Looking for a bit of urgency here from Mudgeeraba. They all seem to be taking their time, hands on hips. Ali Rennie's come forward. Short delivery. Skinner will deliver again. She's got plenty of time. And across is straight to Peterson. It looks to go quickly. It's a good move to find Scott. He turns, runs at the defence. She's got Christmas out on the left-hand side, trying to make a run. Elects to go out on the right. This is Scott. Wanderers looking for one more goal. Ball cleared by Cherie Thompson. Christmas. David Thompson appealing for his players to get forward. They look to be extremely tired at the moment. They're not too much longer in this contest. It's 2-1 to the home team. Been a much improved second half by the Wanderers. Mudgeeraba have certainly lost a bit of their potency that they had in the first. Melissa Horwood was the player caught. Free kick for Mudgeeraba. Players a little unsure which way that decision was going. So 5 minutes left to go in this game. Point is available for Mudgeeraba if they're good enough. Scott running at defenders. Slips the ball in through for Berry. Berry around the keeper. Goes down. When she had the goal at her mercy. Maisie Berry goes down. And the Wanderers bench put their hands to their foreheads. They can't quite believe what's happened. Big opportunity to put this game out of reach. Now the weak back pass. If the Wanderers can hold on here, this will be an important win for them. They've spent most of this season behind a bit with the number of fixtures played. As mentioned earlier, they've had plenty of games rained out. Now the club that suffered the most from rescheduling. Skinner goes crossfield. Prince. Heggie. Turnover. And here come the Wanderers. Christmas with a little bit of time. Found Benstead. Taylor under a little bit of pressure. Remains calm. Big challenge. Yellow cards given. A couple of minutes to go here, and Wanderers are really hungry for that sealing goal. Plenty of numbers looking to go forward. Probably isn't necessary, but they are going for it. Sandra Booman joining the line. It's a poor delivery. And if Suzumi can latch onto this ball, there's opportunity on the counter. Skinner's onside. Skinner's got 2 to beat. Wanderers' defence did well for now. Yang clears. Rennie tried to cut out play. It's still there for Mudgeeraba. Christmas puts the ball out in front of Scott. On the shady part of the field, Wanderers really look hungry for that third goal, don't they? So not long to go now. Berry. That shot straight to Taylor. Mudgeeraba will have to go quickly. Wanderers playing deep. This is Ray. It's ball out for Redgrave Brandt. Looks to cross early. There's no teammates there. This ball will stay in play. Harrison wins that contest. Thompson bringing the ball forward. Will she go long? She does. Looking for Redgrave Brandt. So it's all hands on deck now. Harrison. Skinner. Sarah Skinner. Chance now for Prince. The shot's lame. And Peterson just needs to be cool here. Thompson goes back to Taylor. Chance for Christmas, just wide again. Well, we're in injury time now. There can't be much left. Another ball's called for. Mudgeeraba will need to go quickly. Referee Schofield looks at her watch. Mudgeeraba to get something out of this game, they have to go now. They've taken it short. It's cut out. And the Wanderers have the throw. That should be it. That should be 3 points for the home team. Could we have the ceiling goal? Plenty of chances for both teams. A lot of youth in both these teams. And plenty of emerging talents on show. The corner comes in. Plays allowed to continue. Suzumi. Win back for the Wanderers. It's all white shirts there. A shot across the face of goal. Mudgeeraba have to go now. It's too late, it's full time, and the Sunshine Coast Wanderers will come away with the 3 points after going a goal down early to Enna Suzumi. Goals in the second half to Chloe Isbell and Amy Scott were enough to seal the 3 points. So from Ballinger Park, it's the Sunshine Coast Wanderers 2, Mudgeeraba Soccer Club 1. I'm Darren Lutton on behalf of the Double Take team. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. Don't forget tomorrow we've got FQPL action between the Ipswich Knights and Wolves FC. Until then, enjoy your football.